Hey there, this is Aarti and I'm here with your Chandrakala Tarot guidance for the Mercury Retrograde. So, if I had to simply explain what the retrograde is, let's imagine this is the Sun and this is Mercury and this is the Earth. So, they are revolving around the Sun, and at some point the Earth moves faster than Mercury, so it looks like Mercury is behind the Earth, and this is called retrograde. And usually it's moving prograde, which happens throughout the year, and about 3 or 4 times it goes retrograde. And it's got a really bad rap on the internet. Like, everybody's always afraid of it, and there's a lot of fear around it, and there's a lot of things that you're not supposed to do. And the way I see it, we have our inner world and there is the outer world, and we all know that our inner world creates our external reality. So it's a time when our inner world is most accessible to us and is most alive, and it's a very juicy and amazing time to do that inner work and to take care of ourselves and to really slow down, like, because manifestation and taking control of our lives is not all about like racing forward and doing things and making things happen. And it's also about like checking in with ourselves and saying, okay, like now we just had the full moon in Leo, which was about taking the leap of faith and moving forward and having the feeling of being fearless and choosing where we want to go. But we all know that life is not like this, and it takes time for us to manifest things because we have to align with the energy of abundance within. So this is really a time of saying that, okay, during the Leo full moon, I had this vision for myself, and now if I want to create it, by the time like I managed to align everything within, these are the things that I want to do. So since we're in this sign of Pisces is a very deep, emotional, subconscious, dreamy sign, and it means that we're going to be way more connected if we choose to our emotions and our dream state. So it's a great time to journal, to reflect, and to plan things out rather than to do things on the outside. Say for me, for example, like I started this Chandrakala page, and right now I'm taking this time to plan what I'm going to do for the next few months rather than go crazy with like other things. Like, and I'm taking this time to understand why I want to do this. What is my purpose? What is my intention? How can I pace myself out? How can I take care of myself while doing this? And if 2019 wasn't a PhD in self-care and slowing down, then I don't know what is, because it was like every time you try to rush ahead, like you get pulled back. And we had a lot of very intense retrogrades last year, but the energy that I'm sensing now is that we understand, that this is our boundaries, these are our limits. So it's just a chance for us to honor that and play it safe and not get into our heads, that constantly pulls us forward and tells us, oh my god, if you don't do this right now, you're going to lose this opportunity. So that's our head speaking. It speaks from a space of scarcity and fear. Whereas if we speak from our heart, truly that what you have to offer and what you want to do in this world will happen eventually, some way or the other, because it's needed. And all that is needed right now is to be present. I myself am going to be traveling right from the 17th till the 9th, which is like the duration of the retrograde. So I'm not worried about it, and I'm making sure that I'm not going to burn myself out by doing too many things. But I'm just taking into consideration, okay, where am I at? How can I make sure that this situation is aligned with how much energy I have or with my intention? Am I going too fast? So I think those are the questions I'm asking myself. The other thing that I'm noticing usually is that during retrogrades, the things that happen are much needed, like when things break down or things go wrong, like they are mirroring back to us places where we need to introspect and where we need to rework things. And it's a great opportunity, of course it is scary. I understand that it's scary, and sometimes I also go like, oh my god, Mercury is in retrograde, just please be nice. But I've noticed that after the retrograde passes, I have way more clarity within, and I feel way more empowered and stronger because I went through it and it's done now. And also, a lot of times we notice that things and people from the past come back for resolution. So it's a time where, which is why people say that don't start new things, because it's a time to tie loose ends together. And since the sun is going to move into Pisces in a few days as well, it's the last astrological sign in the calendar. So it's a time where really, like, we are focusing on like putting all the things that happened the last 12 months together, and trying to understand how we want to start again when Aries season begins. So even in that sense, like, it's a time for really like reflecting, taking care of ourselves, slowing down, being with our emotions. And I didn't even know last month that Mercury was going to go retrograde at this specific time, but I had already chalked out this month for being a time of reflection. So, it's something that's sometimes almost natural, but we're not in tune with our bodies and with the natural clock. So it's really about that. It's not about do's and don'ts, because a few of you asked me whether you all need to change your plans, and I don't think you need to change your plans. Just check in about saying that, is this something that I really want to do? And just align with them that you believe that you deserve it. And that's the work that we need to do during this time. And the card that I picked was the Ace of Pentacles, which is a really beautiful card. It's about manifesting abundance. It's about, it's about sitting in the void, really, like sitting in the nothingness and knowing that we create our reality. And it's about success as well. It's about unexpected support that we receive. And to really see the Mercury retrograde as a blessing, because it is. And otherwise we'll have a pushback effect, like when we go 10 steps forward with all that energy, we're obviously going to realize we can't manifest things so fast. And I have 100 stories of weird things that I've tried to do during the retrograde, and I have realized that, okay, you know what, like, Aarti, slow down, you don't want to burn out again. So yeah, it's really a time of taking it easy and enjoying the pace at which things go. And it's a beautiful energy. And in the sign of Pisces, be a little more cautious of how you speak to people around you and to yourself as well. I'm noticing a lot of self-doubt and insecurities coming up, but again, it's not a bad thing. Like, just, they're always going to be there, but now you have more awareness around it. So use it to heal and to process and spread more love. Pisces is also deep, dreamy, sensual, lovely energy. So I hope that you enjoy that. And this is just one of the transits, okay, that we're going through. So it's not that big a deal. So there's a lot of other really amazing transits that we're experiencing. Some that also say that it's a good time to move forward. So it's not like we need to shut shop and like go home and just not do anything. So it's really about which house this sign is in, and like there's a lot of like astrology that goes behind it. So know that you create your own reality and that there's nothing to be afraid of. And that's it for now. Big hugs. Bye.